Hey there, Marcus here. Today we're gonna talk about how we can automate audio levels and make them better. Well, actually, let's restart. Hey there, Marcus here. Today we're gonna talk about how we can automate audio levels and make them better.
So I think you got the idea what it is we're trying to do here by listening to this, but if you didn't, Auphonic is basically your AI sound engineer, and I have created a module for this. So Auphonic is a service that takes audio files and normalizes it. It can do a lot more, but that's the integration that is built into Drupal currently. And this is of course very important if you, for instance, have many files with different audio levels. So this is something I'm very bad at. I'm using a very hobbyish microphone, right? So you might not get the best quality from when I'm talking. Hopefully you can understand me at least. So if you have multiple files that has different audio levels and you want to normalize and get better quality, this is a solution for this. It's also, if you're interviewing someone and you might only have one microphone and you might point it at that person's face, then the questions you're trying to ask might not be the best quality. This of course happens a lot if you watch Drupal presentations. It might be that someone from the audience is asking a question, and because the microphone is far away, you only hear this very faintly. So this is also something that you can try to fix with Auphonic. And we're gonna automate this. So Auphonic is a module I built for the AI Interpolator that basically takes an input file and generates an output file that's normalized, and that's it. So it's very simple. That's what we're gonna set up now. Before I start with that, I would just want to remind people about workflows of AI. So if you don't subscribe to the YouTube channel, you can go to workflows of AI, and there you can search and filter by different modules where I show different workflows, AI workflows connected to Drupal. If you don't know Drupal is open source free software. All the modules I show here are open source and free. Of course, they're using services that cost money. So in this case, it's the Auphonic service. However, I will mention this. You actually get 2 hours free every month, which means that if you're only doing some simple podcasting or something like that, that's not too long, you can actually use this. The other thing that I want to show as well is this. So this is another reason why I did this, or this is actually the main reason. So there is a completely 100% automated podcast called the Drupal Weekly News on podcast.workflows-of-ai.com, or in most podcast software you can just search for Drupal Weekly News, Spotify not included, but almost everything else. And the problem with this, it's using audio from 11 labs, then that might come at different levels. And also when I concatenate this using FFmpeg, there might be level differences, which was pretty annoying. So the idea now is to implement this into the workflow of podcasts, Drupal Weekly News podcast. So there's normalized good quality, so it sounds as professional as a real podcast in terms of audio level as well. So I'm just gonna give an example how you use this. It's actually very, very easy. So we're just gonna start by downloading the files we need. In this case, we only need 2. We need the Auphonic. So I'm running ddev, so I have to set ddev in front, and then we just need the AI Interpolator module as well. And the reason for this is that Auphonic is just a core service module, and then it has the AI Interpolator module. And the idea is there that maybe there comes other integrations that doesn't have anything to do with the AI Interpolator. So I wanted to make sure to split this. Then we just log into our website after we got these 2 modules. Click extend, and we're just gonna search for the Auphonic AI Interpolator Auphonic. This will install Auphonic core. It will install AI Interpolator. That's the first step. Then we just need to set it up. So it's under configuration, web services, Auphonic config. And I am just gonna get my username because I don't really know what it is here. So it's not your mail. It's another username. So this is my username, and then my password. So it doesn't work with API key. It works with username password, right? So after I have set up this, I'm just gonna go to content types and add a content type called normalize audio. In this case, it's just helping a lot. So I'm just a helper function. So I'm just gonna turn off all this stuff there, right? For a typical publishing workflow, I remove the body field and I'm just gonna create two field files now. So I'm gonna start with input file, which is a file that takes MP3s. We're just gonna upload one in this case, but in theory you could upload multiple and basically allow multiple outputs then. So we have an input file, and the thing we're gonna automate is the output file. So we just take a file, in this case MP3, and then we enable the AI Interpolator. So this is where we're gonna find our rule, and we have in this case Auphonic normalize audio, and we're on base mode and we connect it to the input file. So this is basically telling it, take the input file, normalize that, and put it in the output file. If you're going to work with large files, this can take some time, so make sure you're using the cron process worker then, so you don't use the direct or batch, because they, unless you have a long server timeout, they will basically time out before they're finished. But in this case, I'm just going to use the intro file that I used before to generate this. So we're just going to add our content now then, normalize audio test. Just gonna add a file that's the intro.mp3. I'm just gonna play it here so you hear the quality of it.
Hey there, Marcus here. Today we're gonna talk about how we can automate audio levels and make...
Yeah, you get the idea. I click save. Okay, I did not put in my password correct. Let's try this again. Let's try another password. If this is the correct one, we save. Now it seems to be working. That seems to work better. Yeah, so the problem with using password is there is no API key that I can click on that has the API key, so I have to remember the password. So now we have an output file. We'll listen to this.
Hey there, Marcus here. Today we're gonna talk about how we can automate audio levels and make them better. Well, actually, that's...
So you hear, it took up the volume a little bit, and yeah, that's basically it. Very, very simple workflow today. It's not more complex than this, but of course, if you work a lot with audio video and you need to reset the levels, or you're working with automated podcasts, automated audio files for blind people, for instance, then you can get a nice normalization using this service. And it's, as I said, you get 2 hours for free, so it doesn't hurt to test it, even if you might not want to pay for it. So that's it. Thank you for watching.